drama, and how I came up with the idea for this book and the inspiration. So it's only 70 years, actually, since the term autistic was first coined. And only 50 years ago, so little was known about autism that autistic people were treated much like people with severe mental health problems back in the day. So they were mainly institutionalised and tried to be contained rather than helped and taught and helped with development. A long way from the inclusive approach that we see now, the inclusive approach which I see at the schools I work at every day. So in the last few decades, there's been a shift towards a positive perspective of development. Now we're focusing on the positive things that children and adults with autism can do. Many go on to live independent, fulfilling lives, have rich relationships, marry, hold down important employment, but this can only be done with the right interventions and the right support. So the figures stand at the moment about 700,000 people, I think, are on the autistic spectrum in the UK, and that's a real lot. That's about just over 1 in every 100. So with this in mind, marginalising this group is such a huge part of society. It's the same as marginalising somebody because of race, gender, or any other difference. So this is what really led me to start working with autism. When I saw the figures, I've been involved in drama for about 21 years, and for about 10 years I've been working with children, doing drama for development, for special educational needs. And I've noticed that there's still a big focus on labels. So the group of autistic children are still often categorised as being very, very similar. But actually, because it's a spectrum disorder, one individual to the next could be so different, in the same that one child is very different from another child. And that's where the arts really comes in to help to develop this sense of uniqueness, this individuality. Drama's all about self-expression and about growing what's inside. And for me, the soft skills that are learned through drama are more important than skills in mathematics or perfect grammar. So I worked in Malaysia for quite a while, and I was there for about 5 years, and that's where I really saw a huge need for something else other than what they had. The teachers knew a little bit about autism and a little bit about drama, but they didn't know how to run a drama session. And time again I was asked to actually create lesson plans to train the teachers. And after a while of doing this, I realised there's only so much I can do in 3 to 5 days of training teachers. I can train them to be spontaneous, help them to set a good example to their children by being forward-thinking, adaptable, creating a safe space for children to explore and express. But what I couldn't do is give them a whole year of lesson plans in a few days. So that's when I decided to just pull together all of my 10 years of creating activities, writing stories, and put them into a fully comprehensible syllabus, so that when I left wherever I was working, I could leave that behind, and the staff could go on to use them with their children for as long as they wanted. And I noticed there's really a gap in the market for this. There really aren't a lot of drama syllabuses or people doing drama with children with special needs. And I think it's a growing area, and I believe every child should have the chance to explore, to express, to find their sense of self. And I hope that with this syllabus, we're moving one step closer. And I'd just like to end with a quote. Basically, I've never lost my sense of playfulness as I've become an adult. And I wonder why in our society we're taught that play stops when you're a child. I don't think it does, and I don't think it has to. And I think as human beings, part of what makes us human is our desire to play, to express, to connect with others. So I'd just like to end with this quote by Brian Sutton Smith, who's a play theorist. The opposite of play is not work, it's depression.